I can we welcome some questions before they arrive here. I'd like to maybe ask you both the same question, and then you can answer it sequence. What are the advantages of Hong Kong of being a lifestyle trendsetter, and how does Hong Kong play a role in expanding your business? Fiona, I start with you then.
I think I touched a little bit upon the fact that Hong Kong is holding the attention of the rest of the world right now, and it is an absolute destination, not just in terms of commercial, but in terms of culture and design, and it's holding on to talent and attracting and retaining talent. So I think that for me, because we cater to an international market, it's been really, first of all, personally very fulfilling and very interesting to have inspiration from the region and from Hong Kong, but also to have interest approaching us is really, has been a tremendous help to our business, especially as there are so few businesses like mine out there. It's a point of difference, and I think that that's what people in any business are looking for, is something to differentiate.
Wonderful, thank you. Tommy, you want to touch on that? How's Hong Kong helping you to expand your business? Why Hong Kong?
A lot of people from Japan, they ask me the same question. So, why you say in Hong Kong? It's not Tokyo, but you have 1/3 business in Tokyo. Now is Korea. Hong Kong is I think Hong Kong is a global hub for me. It's more international, and of course, this is we have a big market behind us. Is mainland China, yeah, and we are the only country can use Facebook in China. I'm sorry, and we station Hong Kong just because it's a very convenient city. It's very energetic. I'm saying, for example, my family is in London. Yeah, 2:00 in the morning. I think Hong Kong is still Hong Kong. Now today, 2:00 in Tokyo is quiet. Yeah, London same, but in Hong Kong it sounds like we have 22 hours a day. Yeah, the other 2 hours is a traffic jam. Yeah, so that's why I would choose Hong Kong. We have very convenient traffic. We have 5 meetings a day, but in Beijing or Tokyo, the maximum is 2 meetings. So from culture, from convenience side and the energetic side, that's why I chose Hong Kong.
Thank you. I got 2 questions from Canada, and I think I'm going to combine them together. One is how do you get your inspiration and keep your design idea fresh and exciting for the consumer? And they said since you go into the international retail brand, how do you differentiate your design products between North America and Europe, and how do you find that influence between the different areas of design? So I'll start with you first, and Fiona. Yeah.
Okay. Design inspiration is never for some. That's not usually the stumbling block. The stumbling block is really more execution. I think that inspiration can kind of come from culture. It comes from travel. For me personally, it comes from travel. It comes from art. It comes from everything is interlinked anyway. So what's inspiring? I mean, sometimes people say, "Why is it that you're doing? You're on one trend and like 5 other designers are on the same trend." And I said, well, it's because we're reading the same thing, we're experiencing a lot of the same things, and sometimes it's just by chance actually, but quite honestly our influences are all tied in. So I think one point of difference would be that for me, a lot of the inspiration, because I'm working so closely at a grassroots level, does come from the materials. Part of that's out of necessity because I really want to design or be inspired by something that can be realized. But other things are, that actually there are a lot of really interesting things here. I've been working with in Shangwan a third generation metalsmith who has, now certain of my productions I can't really manage this, but I always have sort of like the mahjong. I can't make that many of them. They're made out of real mahjong chips that we kind of cut in half and had backed. So there's certain craftsmen or boutique industries that are usually generations old that I work with, and that sometimes it's more of a limited edition kind of thing, but it's the thing that actually does inspire me the most, is being able to work with a third generation craftsperson and his father, his 90-year-old father or something, to be able to forge some hardware. In relation to the different districts actually, or different areas internationally, yes, everyone has really distinct tastes. In Europe, funnily enough, everyone wants to make sure that the bag will hold their cigarettes, which I think is kind of interesting. But everyone internationally wants it to hold a phone. As long as it holds your smartphone, that's the most important thing. Size is usually an issue, but also design tastes are different. And quite honestly, I've been doing this for a while, and I hear a lot of the same things from different markets. So I do make sure that I'm covered in, we might do 60 bags in each collection, and I kind of know which ones are going to be tailored for each market. And that's how it works.
Interesting, thank you.
Experience and hit or miss.
Tommy, would you want to hit that question too? Or?
I think for me, I agree with Fiona. Since the brain is still functional, we never say, oh, we don't have idea, just good or bad, yeah. And the most important is the execution, yeah. And this is the other reason why I was chose here, because I really want to move the company to Osaka, before. But later I find we have the best, supplier around us, and especially we have 13,000 restaurants in Hong Kong, yeah. 13,000. I love food. You can see, and so that's why my company and my colleague and me have. Sometimes we don't. I'm not saying we don't have idea. If we feel boring in the studio, what are you doing? We will go down the street and find the food, old coffee shop, old tea house. Half an hour, and we will turn the next page. And that's why I love to stay here. And what about you? Yeah, do you have that kind of experience? Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Being out on the streets.
13,000 restaurant is amazing. I tell my friends from Korea. They say, no, Hong Kong is such a small town. How come they have 13,000? They say, okay. Yeah, I will send you a book about all these menu, all these stock lists. You were surprised, and now they believe it.
Wonderful. I think you both hit it, that execution is the solution in this region, and I truly agree to your answer, because we're both from the States, and you know how hard it is to get somebody to fabricate that idea. It's going to be extremely expensive, but yet in Hong Kong you can just about to do anything. Yeah. You got an idea, they'll do it for you. I think that's the advantage. So I'll hit one more question to Fiona. This is interesting, from the United States. They said that the celebrities are paid to wear or carry your products. Is it true or not true? This is interesting.
Not true.
Okay, you got the answer, not true.
However, sometimes it's a real surprise when I see somebody carrying it. And the biggest honor is when I know that they probably bought it, and it does happen now and then. But full disclosure, we work with a PR firm, and we do have relationships with stylists and agents and celebrities. It's a really important strategic part of the business. And we give a lot away because they don't know what they're going to wear until, they might have 5 options until they're getting, they're in the dressing room. So we have collaborated a few times with, and there's certain celebrities, big celebrities even, Jessica Alba, who supports independent designers. And so she carries our stuff all the time, and she is incredibly supportive. Kerry Washington as well. But for the most part, they're handed a bag as they're walking out the door, and they just go with it. So the relationship with the stylist is really important. We're not a huge, we're a relatively small, medium company. It's not, but actually it's kind of worked to our advantage that, actresses started off, and they were on their own, and they kind of actually like that idea too, that other people, to support other people, because otherwise if we're all just drinking Starbucks for the rest of our lives, it's a pretty boring world. So yes, small brands.
Well, actually, I think it works both ways. Sometimes they want something that's very unique. They don't want to be seen with things that you can buy everywhere.
Good point, thank you. I should have thought of that one. That's very good, thank you.
So they should
Use that
pay
one
you
next
more.
time. They should. I should be paid to have them wear. But it's always an honor, and it's always a thrill to see somebody because it helps business a lot.
So that mahjong clutch, I gotta have it. So for Tommy, your client portfolio spans from all different industries and fashion, F&B, retail. Is there any golden rule that you can share with us in branding that could apply to different industries? Are there any rules for different industry? How do you do that?
Yeah, we don't, because we serve for the retail branding, that's why we don't have exactly the rules. But I always tell my client, because they believe it, the product is good. They always tell me, oh, my product is really good. No, that's why my brand must be good, like blah, blah, blah. And I told them, no, this is totally wrong. I'm a coffee lover. I drink coffee more than 20 years. Tea and coffee, actually. And that's why I don't drink Starbucks. Sorry. But Starbucks, no, from the stock market, I mean, in this area, in this category, the value is the top. It means today, when we purchase something, we love something, this is not because of the product. We love the culture. We love the culture, just like when I look at your product, of course, it's excellent, but I can smell and can taste the culture from your brand. Very unique, very elegant, very art deco, and very humor. This is the culture. If you don't understand the culture, if you don't really love the culture, you won't like the brand, and you won't pay, you won't consume. So that's why I always say, I know the first thing is your product must be good, but something is more important than your product. This is a culture. If you don't have that kind of system, if you really don't want to project your culture to everybody and let them understand your story behind, your culture behind, it won't be the big brand. And the most important is, if the brand is large enough, it means what, you can charge more. Otherwise, your charge is just like these. So this is a different. So everybody, of course, just like Uniqlo, and Armani, the production. For example, the polo shirt, the production fee is almost the same, 2.5 to 2.8 US dollar, but the retail price is totally different. From Uniqlo is around $10 US, but we start in the Armani, it's still like 300 US. Everybody want to know that kind of hand tag, but just that's why I always say, meet the doctor and check your brand, and that's what I'm saying.
Thank you. Let me have just one closing question for both of you. I think it will benefit the audience. What would be your advice to other foreign companies that are looking for opportunities in the Asian market? I'll start with you, Fiona.
So companies who are looking
Any
for
advice for them
opportunities.
for looking for opportunities in this region? What would you recommend them to do?
I would recommend that I think, there's so many different kinds of businesses. I guess if it's a business like my own, I'll just do something like
Know
that.
the market. I heard something about the culture.
Yes, I think that, I would say that no matter what your brand or what your business, it's the most challenging and the most important thing to do, from my experience, is to be relevant. And it's really challenging to remain relevant. So if you want to open your business in Asia or in Hong Kong, you really need to understand, because there are differences in every region, what is relevant in this culture. And I think the best way is to speak to really smart people and to really do your homework. Because creativity is one thing, but I've seen quite a few people kind of go off with an idea in completely the wrong direction. And it's a direction that they kind of pay for later, because they think it's just about perseverance. And you need perseverance, but you also need to be able to reevaluate every now and then and to listen.
It's great. That's from the New York point of view. Let me hear from the Hong Kong point of view.
Yeah, I think I don't believe in the red carpet, Yeah, because 20 years, during the 80s, people say, "Oh, Japan is a good market now. Today is China," and I always say, if you don't know the market, if you don't know the people, or you don't know the history, don't go. Yeah, otherwise, it's just like the turtle I mentioned, and sometimes the people say, "Oh yeah, no, I have a friends in over there." Don't trust it. Yeah, if it sounds like you won't marry a guy or a woman you don't know, you won't. Yeah, maybe you will just a girlfriend or when they stand, maybe. Yeah, but don't commit. So that's why I always say, if you want to go to the new market, do a lot of homework. Try to know what the culture. Otherwise, the school fee will be so expensive.
Yes.
Well, it's been wonderful. It is time to have lunch, and it was tough to have the session before lunch. But put your hand together for these great speakers. Thank you. Thank you very much.